As the Russia-Ukraine conflict enters its third week, the situation is becoming brutal. According to the UN, 3 million are displaced and half of them are children. Civilian deaths are rising, and some Ukrainian cities have now been reduced to rubble. As the hostilities ensue, two groups, one pro-Ukraine and another pro-Russia, have come into focus. These are the Azov battalion and Chechen fighters. They are potentially two of the most lethal forces available to Ukraine and Russia. Both are thought to have committed war crimes before the conflict and have a menacing influence. While Chechens are equipped mainly with Russian equipments, the Azov battalion has Western weapons and training. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how the Azov battalion and Chechen fighters are impacting the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Let's get into the details. Azov is a far-right, all-volunteer infantry military unit whose members are ultra-nationalists and accused of harboring neo-Nazi and white supremacist ideology. The group has a strength of around 1,000. The battalion was initially formed as a volunteer group in May 2014 out of the ultra-nationalist Patriot of Ukraine gang, founded in 2005, and the neo-Nazi Social National Assembly (SNA) group founded in 2008. The unit was led by Andrei Beletsky, who served as the leader of both these units. The battalion fought on the front lines against pro-Russian separatists in Donetsk, the eastern region of Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin referenced the presence of such units within the Ukrainian military as one of the reasons for launching his so-called special military operation to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. Viewers may note that a few months after recapturing the strategic port of Mariupol from the Russian-backed separatists, the unit was officially integrated into the National Guard of Ukraine on November 12, 2014. President Petro Poroshenko had stated at that time, "These are our best warriors, our best volunteers." The unit received backing from Ukraine's Interior Minister in 2014. This was mainly because the government had felt that the own military was too weak to fight off the pro-Russian separatists and needed the support of the Azov battalion. The group had received funding from oligarchs, the most known being Igor Kolomoisky, who is a billionaire businessman and the former governor of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Interestingly, in 2015, Andrei Dychenko, the spokesperson for the regiment at the time, said that 10 to 20% of Azov's recruits were Nazis. The unit has denied that it obeys Nazi ideology as a whole, but Nazi symbols such as the swastika and SS regalia can be seen in the uniforms and bodies of Azov members. The Chechens are one of the largest ethnic groups that may be traced back thousands of years to the North Caucasus highlands. While their presence dates back centuries, their struggle for independence and autonomy has defied much of their recent history. Moscow fought 2 wars with separatists in Chechnya, a mainly Muslim region in southern Russia, after the 1991 breakup of the Soviet Union. But it has since poured huge sums of money into the region to rebuild it and given Ramzan Akhmedovich Kadyrov, who is a Chechen strongman, a large measure of autonomy. Kadyrov is the son of former Chechen President Akhmad Kadyrov, who switched sides in the Second Chechen War, offering his services to Vladimir Putin's regime in Russia and becoming Chechen president in 2003. He is one of the most outspoken advocates of not just initiating a military operation against Ukraine, but also supporting annexing the entire country in the weeks leading up to Putin's declaration of war. A few days ago, Chechen television channel Grozny posted a video on its Telegram social media channel that showed Kadyrov in a darkened room in military uniform discussing with Chechen troops a military operation they said took place 7 kilometers or about 4.3 miles from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. According to reports, he deployed 10,000 soldiers to Ukraine, including his 3 sons, one of whom is 14. But not all Chechens are on their government's side. Heavily armed fighters have joined the war on the side of Ukraine, and pictures have circulated on social media showing Chechen fighters wearing yellow armbands, which are used to identify Ukrainian forces. Both of these groups are battle-hardened and are well-equipped. The deployment of Chechens is seen as an intimidation tactic by President Putin. Russian channels have been broadcasting footage leveraging the presence of Chechen soldiers in Ukraine. Initially, Russia may have thought that it could gain a quick victory, but this has not worked out that way. The actual help the Chechens are able to provide to the Russians can only be assessed after the end of the conflict. The need for the deployment of these foreign fighters in itself puts a question mark on the effectiveness of the Russian army when it comes to urban warfare. Even in places where Chechen fighters have scored gains, Ukrainian security forces have halted their attacks to an extent. Earlier, a group of Chechen assassins sent to kill Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was eliminated after their plot was foiled by the head of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council. In the attack, Ukrainian forces killed top Chechen general Magomed Tushiev, head of the 141 Motorized Regiment of the Chechnya National Guard. A video posted on Twitter seemed to suggest that Azov fighters of the National Guard greased the bullets with lard to be used against Chechens. This conflict is opening a can of worms, and the fact remains the way these two groups perform on the battlefield will have a large impact on the overall conflict. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.